According to a Commonwealth Bank survey of consumers in regard to Christmas spending, the average Australian will spend $599 on presents this year. That's up from $475 in 2015. Lainie Chopping from Consumer Protection joins me to talk about seasonal shopping tips. Lainie, welcome to the Daily News.
Thanks for having me, Russell.
It's Christmas, so I guess it's buyer beware.
It is, and consumers need to make sure that they make their hard-earned money go as far as they possibly can. So we've got some great tips, I think, for people in terms of what you need to know when you're out there shopping.
It's also the time when you have a bit of a look at the safety of product as well. So there's a safety blitz pre-Christmas.
That's right. So not only do we want people to know what their rights are and make the right choices, we also want them to be really sure about safety for their family and friends. What we're particularly looking at this year is button batteries. So button batteries are small coin-sized batteries that go into many different household items, and they are particularly found in novelty and toy items. They are a no-go for children. Children who ingest button batteries, and they look a little bit like a lolly, are actually at risk of serious injury and in some cases death. So we're out there talking to traders and asking them to remove novelty products or products that don't have secure mechanisms, toys, off the shelves. I'm pleased to say that all traders in Perth that have been spoken to have immediately taken those products away. But if people have them in their home, please think twice and dispose of the product because it is potentially deadly to children.
It's amazing really to me that it's still a problem because this problem's been around for many years.
It has, and as we see more and more novelty items come in from cheap producers overseas, we see mechanisms that aren't secure. They don't pass what we call a drop test, which is essentially we throw it off the edge of the table and if it breaks open, it's not good, and we ask the trader to remove it. We're looking at other steps that can be taken by government regulators, but also by the producers of these goods to take responsibility for ensuring the safety of children in our community.
So with any of those gifts though, if we get them and accidentally drop them, or if we don't drop them and we want to return them, what's the law there?
Well, can be very awkward at Christmas if you get a double up on a gift, or if you get a gift that doesn't work and someone's given it to you. It can be awkward to go back to the supplier. So if you're buying a gift for somebody, think about getting a copy of the store policy, or at least knowledge, or a gift receipt, which basically will allow you under the store's policy to take it back and exchange it for something else. Under the law, if the product isn't what it says it is, or if it's faulty or it breaks, then you are entitled to a refund or a repair or a replacement. You just take it back to the place where it was purchased and say, I've got some rights under the Australian consumer law, how about you give me another one or I get my money back.
Another situation with Christmas is mums and dads quite often like to bring a pet home for the children. Do you have any advice there?
We do. We say to people, if you're thinking about buying a puppy in particular or any pet, go to our website, go online, commerce.wa.gov.au. There's a great guide on there for buying a pet. It gives you some really good advice. But we say buy from a registered breeder, don't buy online. We see so many scams happening online, so avoid that. Make sure that you get the right paperwork, you've got the right vaccinations, but really think about who you're dealing with and what your rights are as a consumer, because we see a lot of heartbreak when it comes to pet purchases.
Well, I presume there's a lot more online buying at Christmas too, and a lot of scams as well.
There is. So what we say to people about buying online is, for sure, it's a popular shopping mechanism. But one thing people need to be aware of is that when you buy online, if the trader is overseas, if the trader's not in Australia, it's going to be really hard to get your rights upheld in the law. So reconsider where you buy your products from. Think about buying locally, but also know that if you buy online, if you don't get the product that you purchased, you can actually, if you purchase by credit card, go back to your bank and seek what's called a credit card chargeback. That's something not everybody knows, but it's an important thing at this time of the year to remember that you can actually get your money back via that mechanism. But really be conscious about who you're dealing with online, because not everyone is who they say they are, and we see a lot of people getting ripped off.
We don't have much time left, but you mentioned credit cards. That's a big issue over Christmas.
That's right, and gift cards, gift vouchers are another big issue. We say to people, think about giving cash if you're going to give a gift voucher. Gift vouchers, they have terms and conditions. They often expire. $2.5 billion in gift cards in Australia, and up to 30% of them are never redeemed. So really think again, give cash, or go to a little bit of extra effort and spend a little bit more time at the shops and buy an actual gift that might, that you can be assured that the trader will actually be around when you go to use the product. We see many cases where traders unfortunately go out of business, and then your gift card's worth nothing.
Lainie, thanks for that advice. Thanks for coming on to the Daily News, and I wish you all the best for Christmas.
Merry Christmas to you too.